What's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy DaVon back with another nitty gritty, everything so saucy and professional wrestling. And more importantly, welcome back for another legendary video as I'm your boy DaVon in the flesh. Going over the top 10 superstars. From my personal opinion, I feel Tony Khan has failed in 2024. We're going to go around to the actual list that I actually picked out, handpicked a few people. I would like to know from you guys' point of view if you feel like these people are actually warranted to being a fail or they actually failed themselves. But let's go ahead and get into it. More importantly, I appreciate you guys coming through. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you'll be always updated on any time something's going on when it comes to the land of professional wrestling, world news, as well as if I have any up-to-date videos, including reaction videos, or movie reviews, or anything just in general. But let's go ahead and get into this as my go around my top 10, which I feel Tony Khan has officially failed under the umbrella of All Elite Wrestling for this year, for 2024. The first one that comes to mind to my list is Private Party. Private Party's been one of those notable teams that I really want to see actually shine when it comes to AEW just in general. I feel like they've been lackluster and very mid at best. They really haven't got their chance to really shine when it comes just to everything in general that I really want to see. But more importantly, I feel like it's really just been a failure on that part when it comes to the way how they've been booked and the way their things have been actually coming together for them. They've been lackluster back and forth between Ring of Honor or really just sitting there and catering for the majority of the time. They're very young. They have a great athleticism. More importantly, they can entertain the crowd. I would love to see them be put in a better light when it comes to their presentation of the tag team division, to beef it up, since we have so many teams actually leaving in 2024. But Tony Khan needed to put more pressure and really focus directly on Private Party, which have been doing a phenomenal job. They've been loyal all the way down to the end. They're one of the original signings when it came to All Elite Wrestling, but I'd like to see more of it when it comes to them just in general. I'd like to know from you guys' point of view, do you feel like Private Party has been failed themselves, or more importantly, do you feel like Tony Khan really has been doing such a great job just in general with Private Party? But just for the way how booking has been just for these young men, I've been highly disappointed 100%, and it really just haven't really been my full interest. But I want to see more out of them. Hopefully we get something new when it comes to everything that's been going on when it comes to Private Party. The second person that comes onto the line on my list, number 2 on the list, I gotta go with Jay White. Jay White's my number 2 guy when it comes to All Elite Wrestling for 2024. When it comes to everything that has been accumulating or how things have been flowing, it has not kept me invested when it comes to Jay White. Jay White's been mid at best. They've been throwing him in the trios division, but more importantly, they didn't take advantage of when he made his debut and pretty much skyrocket him to the moon when it comes to Jay White. Jay White has really been the caterpillar, or more so just one of those guys that really can go for your company. He can adapt to any situation, but more importantly, he's the top guy that I feel like he needs to get more love and more gratitude to the way how he continues to be a great sportsmanship. He hasn't complained. More importantly, he can go. When you look at all his actual previous matches from New Japan Wrestling, even when he first came to AEW, it was great. But it felt like the way how things have fallen off, I feel like it just fell off the tracks 100% when it comes to Jay White. And I feel like it was a missed opportunity to put him in a title hunt, to be maybe against Swerve Strickland and so many other great talent up there in the upper card. But I'd like to know from you guys' point of view, do you feel like Jay White failed himself? I don't hardly think so whatsoever. I feel like Jay White really has been really A1 when it comes to his presentation. But when it comes to creative, there's no real creative direction when it comes to Jay White just in general. I want to see something better when it comes to that situation, and hopefully they come with something better that keep me invested. But I'd like to know from you guys' point of view as we continue to keep things rolling, as we hopefully have some better turnout for Jay White head leading towards 2025. The third one that's coming across my timeline that I feel like the number 3 guy that's pretty much has been out of the light, pretty much just hanging out in backstage area that I really want to focus on more importantly is the main man myself that I feel like who needs to get a little bit more love when it comes to everything. The person I really want to talk about more than anything else is not Jay White, but my number 3 guy, I'm going to have to go with no other than Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal really has just grown on me, and he really has continued to be one of those guys that really step up each and every single week. And I want to see Jay Lethal become that main man, become the pillar of the AEW roster. More importantly, give him a chance to shine. But I know they've been having tied up with Jeff Jarrett, but I feel like he can do great. He's a former Ring of Honor champion. He knows how to do his thing and just put the rocket on his back, and he can lead the company to a great direction when it comes to who he is in general. He's carried so many championships along the line of Ring of Honor, as well as have notable championships in TNA wrestling. But if Tony Khan really want to put somebody that he could truly trust in that upper card level or even mid-tier for the TNT championship or the Continental championship, I feel like Jay Lethal is the main man that I really look forward to seeing step it up and go in the right direction. But in overall, hopefully Tony Khan has something in store for Jay Lethal. I know currently right now he's getting ready to go into a showcase with Hangman Adam Page, but hopefully it doesn't become lackluster. But I want to see him become into a long-term story booking, and more importantly, I feel like it was just a big fail from my personal opinion. Has Jay Lethal failed himself? More importantly, I feel like he may fail himself as well. He hasn't spoken up, and Tony Khan has told talent that they have the right of way to pitch ideas and if they want more screen time. But I feel like Jay Lethal is more of that kind of guy that pretty much just go with the flow, and if something's there, cool. If nothing's not there, he's not going to complain about it. He's just going to be a trooper and roll with the flow. My number 4, when it comes to someone that I feel like who has been lackluster in 2024, is Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara, he had his long-term issues with the backstage when it came to all the talent that have currently been in AEW, especially the issues that he had when it came to Eddie Kingston and so many other talent, as well as not knowing how to keep his fingers off of Twitter just in general. He failed himself just in general because he had great positions. He was about to be shot to the moon, but he didn't know how to just be humble, be chill, and pitch ideas and roll with the flow. I was able to see all access and see how things were progressing with Sammy Guevara. When he was in the right spot, he ends up messing it up in some kind of way, in some kind of fashion, from my own personal opinion. But Sammy Guevara got to find his niche to be able to get back into the limelight of things. And when it comes to Tony Khan, he did do a great job for him when it came to the past, when it came to giving him multiple TNT championships, but they were like transitional championships when it came to him being on the actual card. But if Tony Khan really want to put more focus and light into AEW, give Sammy Guevara a good run, a good timeline when it comes to actually having a championship instead of having to be in a transitional champion. Number 5, when it comes to my actual list, the person I really feel like this is probably going to hit big time, I feel like Wardlow. Wardlow's the main guy that I feel like that he hasn't got a chance whatsoever. He did great when he came to the streak and got his momentum under him, but more importantly, I feel like he really dropped the ball on himself when it came to not speaking up, when it came to the direction of his character. I feel like he had some pull when it came to being one of the big pillars and the uprising stars when it came to TNA, not TNA, but AEW in general. But just from my own personal opinion, Wardlow's impressions, the way how he's been being backstage, and more importantly, the way how he carry himself, feel like he's on the way out to WWE because he doesn't care what goes on with his persona and his character. He's been booked when it came to being a part of Undisputed Kingdom, which has been lackluster at best, and they haven't found an actual direction to use Wardlow. Wardlow is someone that you can use as a big powerhouse as well as being one of your notable world champions. He looks like a champion, he comes out as a champion, but when it comes to his presentation of what he has been doing this year, it's been like a straight laggy. Really haven't been seen too much. He was paired up with Undisputed Kingdom. They were kind of teasing the situation when it came to him with Adam Cole, but it fell off the trails when the MJF came back, and it was just a dumpster fire when it came to the direction of what they were doing at Undisputed Kingdom. But Wardlow needs to find his niche and come to make his way back when it comes to television just in general. He's one of those other big men that can either go for mid championships for the TNT Championship, the Continental Championship, or the International Championship. But they have no creative direction for him. He's just sitting there and catering currently at the moment. But hopefully Tony Khan comes up with something. But from my personal opinion, I feel like this is a direct fail for 2024 when it comes to the big man Wardlow just in general. Number 6 on my list when it comes to someone that I feel like Tony Khan has officially failed is going to be Malachi Black. Malachi Black has really been one of those guys that really has sticked out when it came to the House of Black. More importantly, he has always delivered when it came to every single match he has been in. He had the feud when it came to Adam Copeland, but that was only so much you can stretch it with because Adam Copeland really wanted to work with Malachi Black. But for my personal opinion, it has been a true fail when it comes to Malachi, and they really haven't given him a full singles run. They pushed him in tag teams, they pushed him in trios, but we haven't seen his full potential of him being on his own in singles competition. Let him be one of the pillars. Let the actual House of Black really run things and have him at the forefront of being a world heavyweight champion. Go ahead and have Buddy Matthews and Big Brody King be secondary and let them have some kind of big feud where they actually have all the championships. I think that would be intriguing and interesting if Tony Khan go in that direct direction. But what more has Malachi done on their roster? Nothing too much from my own hot take. Of course, his persona is great, but it looks like the direction if Tony can't get it together, I feel like this man will be on his way back to WWE if given the right time and momentum to be able to just push him in that direction. Tony Khan has him in his grasp. Take advantage of Malachi Black and make him a true star that he needs to be, and use him as one of your pillars to elevate AEW to the next generation when it comes to fans and also personas. He can take on any kind of character, any persona, but if he decides to go back to WWE, what are they going to have for him? The card is currently fully stacked when it comes to the Triple H guys, and the last time we saw him in WWE, he was doing "Come Knock on My Door," which truly was not a really great gimmick whatsoever. Number 7 on my list when it comes to a group that I really feel like Tony Khan dropped the ball on, Dark Order. Dark Order has officially felt lost since the death of Brody 100%. When it comes to the Exalted One, I feel like Tony Khan really just dropped the ball 100% when it comes to these guys. I feel like these guys didn't get a chance after Brody passed. Things fell off the tracks when it came to the potential of what they can do. They were on their way there when it came to when Brody Lee was there. Brody Lee was about to have him become one of the most dominant heel factions 100%. When Anna Jay was lined up, she was the first hair to be in the first woman to part of the group. And then, of course, they all had their own personas of being great. Even when it came to Vance, when it came to no other than everybody else that was involved. Even Negative 10, of course, Negative 1. He is one of those guys that I really look forward to seeing as he grows up and he takes on a persona of being Brody Lee. But this group is one of those dumpster fire things that I wish they would have took more pride and really enjoy them. I don't think Tony Khan really appreciates the work that they really have been putting forward when it comes to him just in general. And I really just been highly disappointed the way how he has been truly treating them 100%. But I'd like to know from you guys' point of view, how are you feeling about Dark Order right now in their position? Right now, they've been pushed all the way down to Ring of Honor, and we're pretty much there in a storyline with Sammy Guevara, which a lot of people really have not subscribed to Ring of Honor and really have not really tuned in. Ring of Honor really hasn't got much love, and I feel like they need to get more showcase and more attention and really be put on the map. But Tony Khan dropped the ball when it came to Ring of Honor as well. But I'd like to know 100% if Tony Khan's going to step it up and give Dark Order a chance to be back on AEW, because we have not seen him in such a long time. The next person that accumulated on my list when it comes to a failure, Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. This lovely couple, this lovely duo. Kip Sabian has really been the guy that really stepped up 100% when it comes to everything that Tony Khan has asked for, including his persona, the way how he has been doing things. Same when it comes to Penelope Ford. I feel like she really got lost in the shuffle, and she wasn't given a true chance to really be part of the pillars, a part of the women's division. She was one of the original signings when it came to AEW. Both of them they originally came through and they were developing in front of our eyes. And Kip Sabian really has a great gimmick going right now, similar to the broken one Matt Hardy, but in all seriousness, this man can go in the ring 100%. You know you're not going to get anything less when it comes to Kip Sabian, but I know Kip Sabian really is somebody that can deliver when it comes to the mid-card of the division. He can go for the Continental Championship, the TNT Championship, or just be a regular person even for the Collision, which I feel like Collision will be a great show for him and Penelope Ford. But hopefully Tony Khan picks it up, because I feel like this was a big fail on his part of really not showcasing them 100%, because they have the it factor of becoming one of the greatest couples part of the AEW roster. Hopefully Tony Khan really steps it up and really gets a wake-up call. I know he's just focusing on what he wants to do, but he needs to really listen to the legends and everybody that's actually there to assist him to make things a lot smoother and a cool, smooth transition when it comes to the talent. But Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford, I feel like they haven't failed themselves. They just haven't been able to get that time of day to be able to get over. And the chemistry too, I feel like he still can't get the chemistry. It's like as soon as he gets connected with the fans, you never see them again. It's like they're off the TV the next following week. Number 9 on my list. The number 9 person I feel like Tony Khan 100% dropped the ball on, and I'm going to be honest about this person. Lance Archer. Lance Archer has been one of those notable guys, big man, that really have been a part of the company. He has done everything you truly can ask for, and he truly has really delivered when it came to great matches, including Texas Death matches, even a Bull Rope match when it came to Dusty Rhodes, and so many other great matches that he have been fully delivered. But I feel like Tony Khan really just not had a true direction when it comes to this big man. He's been aligned with Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake the Snake Roberts has been a really great mouthpiece, but we haven't seen him lately because due to health issues. But I feel like Lance Archer can be one of your your pillar big man that really could dominate everything when it comes to AEW in 2024. Hopefully Tony Khan has a better direction. When it comes to Lance Archer, he has not failed himself. I feel like Tony Khan failed him. He dropped the ball on this big man 100%. Number 10, my final one when it comes to a guy that I feel like Tony Khan really couldn't make up his mind on and really dropped the ball on 100% when it comes to talent, when it comes to direction, the creative. I'm going to have to go with Miro. Miro has really been vocal about what the creative direction he wants to go when it comes to his talent. Tony Khan really was trying to have him lose to Sammy Guevara and so many smaller guys, and Miro's like, it doesn't look realistic 100%. But Tony Khan makes whatever he wants, fantasy booking. But when it comes to Miro, when he even had the persona of his God and whatever like that, being the final God or the Redeemer. He's really one of those guys that I feel like Tony Khan really dropped the ball on 100%. When it comes to Miro, he can deliver. He's a big man. His strength is on par to anybody else. Pretty much, he is one of those guys that I really feel like was dropped 100%. We haven't seen him in such a long time. But when it comes to him, I know he had a few injuries, but he's been clear for such a long time right now in 2024. And I feel like Tony Khan really has not taken advantage of using Miro while he's willing to still be here. But I feel like he's probably going to make that jump right back over to WWE as well if there's no creative direction when it comes to his persona and his character. I know they brought his former wife CJ over to assist him, but that storyline went nowhere. It's like she came aboard, she was manipulating other guys, and Miro destroyed him. But then after there, he kind of disappeared because he had an injury, and then we haven't seen him ever since. And then since then, him and CJ has divorced. But I feel like Tony Khan could use this guy as being one of your big guys that could be on the roster and squash opponents similar to Wardlow and Lance Archer. But you got all these big guys, you really don't know what to do with them or where to position them. But find something for this man. 100%. I feel like he will stick with AEW if you have an actual true creative direction for him. But I appreciate you guys coming through and showing your love and support when it comes to the top 10, from my personal opinion, that Tony Khan really dropped the ball on. But what other wrestlers do you guys feel like 100% that Tony Khan truly could have helped or elevated or really got them in the right direction when it comes to talent in general? Or is there talent that you feel like they didn't need to leave and go to WWE? Comment down below and let me know what you guys are feeling. Until the next episode, I'll catch you guys later.